Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. I'm so excited to share my Harry Potter haul with you all. I did pass on the Peanuts collab, but when I saw Harry Potter get released, I had to get in on the action. Let's hop into this cold sniff video. First up, we have Hogwarts. Hogwarts has notes of crackling hearthwood, whispering white woods, worn leather, and spellbound pages. So we have 2 wood notes, leather, and a paper accord. And to me, this is different from Handbook for the Recently Deceased, aka, what was it called? Haunted Spellbook. I do get the leather. This is soft on cold. To me, I get more leather and wood than the actual paper accord. This one is leather forward, but it's a soft leather. So blue wax that matches the label. Hopefully this one performs good, because on cold it is kind of subtle, but the main notes that I pick up on in the Hogwarts candle is the leather note and then the woody notes. Next up is Order of the Phoenix. Order of the Phoenix has notes of white sandalwood, vanilla cashmere, smoked saffron, and worn suede. And this one is more smoother. Suede notes to me come off smoother than leather. Suede is not as sharp as leather notes. It's not heavy on the saffron note. Even the vanilla cashmere. It's a cashmere scent, but it's not heavy on the vanilla on cold. I mostly get like suede and a soft creamy sandalwood. So it's nice. It's probably going to have to be a bedroom burn because it is a little subtle on cold. But sometimes with my Goose Creek candles, if they start off subtle, usually by the time I get a little bit before the halfway point, like about 3 burns in, sometimes they'll pick up for me. But yeah, I like this. This is a different take. It's not a basic vanilla cashmere, and it's not even really super perfumey either. It's really nice. I mostly get suede. If you could pick up my kids upstairs, I don't know what my oldest daughter is doing, but if you hear that noise in the background, please ignore it. Beautiful. I don't know if this would be, it's like a bluish green. On the camera, it probably looks more blue than green, but it does match the color of the label. Yeah, this is going to be a nice, I really get that suede note in this candle, so this one will make a nice bedroom scent. Then we have Gryffindor. Gryffindor has notes of embered hearth, polished wood, sweet tobacco, and battle-worn leather. And the notes don't really match with what I'm smelling. For some reason, I'm getting almost like a dried tea leaf scent with citrus, but not bergamot cologne citrus. That could just be my nose, but woods, tobacco, and leather. Yeah, for some reason, the way this is blended is coming off like a citrus tea scent to my nose. Don't know why. Red wax on this one. Yeah, I can't wait to burn this and see if it transforms. I don't know why I'm getting citrus and tea. Because you would think this would be real, like, kind of earthy, like with the tobacco. Or not even earthy, but masculine leaning, like with the tobacco and the leather and the woods, but no. Unless I got a mispour, mine smells like it's like a earthy, dry tea leaf with citrus. So, interested to see what happens when I light Gryffindor up. Next is Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw has notes of worn pages, aged leather, cypress wood, and sandalwood incense. Now, this one on cold does remind me of the Handbook for the Recently Deceased, which has notes of vintage leather, aged paper, dusty cedarwood. Like, darn near identical. But I feel like the sandalwood note in Ravenclaw tweaks this a bit, because this doesn't have sandalwood. Something about the sandalwood note in Ravenclaw comes off like it makes the scent a little bit more creamy and smooth. Where Handbook for the Recently Deceased has vintage leather binding, the paper accord, and then the dusty cedarwood. So while they are close, they are similar, I feel like smelling them back to back, like side by side, back and forth, Ravenclaw is a bit different, and it's not the exact same thing as the Handbook for the Recently Deceased. Some noses may not detect the difference because they are similar. Like borderline, I would say maybe sisters, these two. So if you have Handbook for the Recently Deceased or Haunted Spellbook, which is a repackage of Handbook for the Recently Deceased, you may not need Ravenclaw. But if you like Ravenclaw as one of the houses from Harry Potter, you like the blue packaging, go ahead and pick it up. And it also comes with blue wax. Then we have the Marauder's Map. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Marauder's Map has scent notes of ancient paper, weathered wood, tobacco leaf, and golden amber. So I get why this collection might have been a little hard for people to blind buy and shop, because a lot of the scent notes are repetitive. And I know some people probably thought they were just different packaging styles. I do know there are 2 Hogwarts candles in different packaging, but they are the same exact scent and scent notes. But this one, what makes this one different is this one is a little bit more of a earthy paper scent. Like it really does have that tobacco leaf. This one to me, it doesn't even mention leather. It has wood, paper, amber, and tobacco leaf. I don't get amber. It doesn't smell perfumey to me. It almost smells like an old rolled up like map, honestly. It doesn't smell like fresh pages in a book, how some of the other scents smell. This one, you definitely get that tobacco leaf. So you will have to like tobacco scent notes. It's not necessarily like a smoky tobacco. This isn't a sweet fragrance either. It is definitely leaning tobacco leaf, like the scent notes mentioned. So and it kind of gives it more of that like aged paper smell. So I'm excited to like this one. And even though the scent notes for a lot of these sound similar, none of them, other than the one I compared to Handbook for the Recently Deceased, I think it was Ravenclaw, those two kind of smell identical. But Library Secrets from Scooby-Doo collection doesn't smell like any of these ones that I smelled so far that have book notes, like book fragrance notes. Then we have Hogwarts Express. Hogwarts Express has notes of whipped vanilla, smoked cedarwood, and cashmere musk. And honestly, y'all, this is so funny. If you watched my recent Empties video, I mentioned Stories by the Campfire from the first Wilderness collection that Goose Creek ever did. And I said, oh, I don't think they have anything out currently that's similar to that fragrance. To me, this smells exactly like that candle. And I can't cold sniff them and compare them because I didn't already, cleaned out the jars and recycled them. But this literally reminds me of that candle. You definitely get woods and marshmallow with this one. So while it says whipped vanilla, to me it comes off more marshmallow-like, slightly smoky. A nice musky cashmere, but not heavy on the cashmere musk. Yeah, this one is nice. This one definitely has, to my nose, marshmallow and cedarwood. Yeah, now this one I literally just burnt through and finished, Stories by the Campfire. So this is not one that I'm going to jump to review. This is one, blue wax again, pretty blue wax. If I happen to start burning it, I'll do a post-burn review of it. But I literally, this reminds me so much of that fragrance and I just burnt through it. So this one, if anything, it'll probably be one of the last ones. But if you like marshmallow woodsy fragrances, then I recommend picking up Hogwarts Express. Next up, we have Slytherin. Y'all know I'm a sucker for green. Slytherin has notes of black lake waters, fog-laced dungeons, woodland embers, and smoldering amber. And this one is the most standout, unique, different, weird, but not bad fragrance out of all of these candles, because at first it smelled like, I don't want to say burnt leather because that's not a good that's not a good scent description, I really don't get aquatic. I do get woodsiness. Again, I'm not picking up a lot of amber. It's like woodsy and earthy with some smokiness to it. So I would say out of all of the notes that have like embers or like a smoldering scent note to it, this one kind of leans the most smoky and mysterious. And if you are a Harry Potter fan, then you know the House of Slytherin. supposedly that wasn't the good house. Even the name with the snake on the label. So that should tell you right there. But it's nice. This one is so unique and different. I'm curious to light it up and see what I get from it once it's burning. Nice, pretty. This is on my camera. I don't know why it's coming up bluish green, but it's like a green, kind of like an earthy green color. Matches the exact color of the label, which probably looks blue on camera. Yeah, I like this one. This one is so different. This one is so different. Fog Lace Dungeons. I don't know what that is. Black Lake Waters. I would definitely say out of all these notes, the Woodland Embers. I wouldn't say Smoldering Amber, but Smoldering Woodland Embers is what I get out of Slytherin. So, I don't know. I'll cold sniff through these and see which ones I feel like I'm going to put them in order and see which ones I want to get post-burn reviews out on first. Then we have the Golden Snitch, another green package candle. Golden Snitch has notes of fresh cut grass, morning moss, damp earth, and bright bergamot. Y'all already know those notes is right up my alley. Now, I smell, and I don't know if this is just because I'm so obsessed with Stormy Day Snuggle. This isn't exactly that. This one, that bergamot undertone in here, because that bergamot is present. It's a citrusy bergamot, not a cologne bergamot. Brightens the scent note. So while it is damp, it is green, it is earthy. You definitely get the fresh cut grass and the moss. It's something with that citrus undertone in here that while it is damp, it's not super, it's not a petrichor type scent. Yeah, something with that bergamot really brightens the grass and the moss. And where it says damp earth, this is a damp earthy fragrance, but not as heavy, damp, earthy, and petrichor like Stormy Day Snuggle was. That one was intense on the earthy dampness. This one, yeah, that citrusy bergamot is definitely an undertone to those notes. So it like brightens the grass and the moss and the dampness. So of course I love this one. And look at that bright yellow wax. Pretty. And I like that this one is green and gold and it has the yellow colored wax with it. Yeah, so far Golden Snitch is my favorite out of all of them on cold. And last but not least, we have Deathly Hallows, another green package candle. Deathly Hallows has notes of ancient cedar, forest pine, eucalyptus mist, and forbidden moss. And this smells like a tree fragrance I smelt before from Goose Creek. I don't want to say it's their first autumn frost. I don't want to say it's the forest candle. I don't have it with me to like compare it, but it definitely reminds me of a tree scent I tried from them. Not Christmas carols. And I don't want to say forest sage and pine because I know for some people, I can't remember if that was the one that people say it kind of had like a cat urine smell to it. And I know some pine scents can give off that fragrance, but this one is not really a stringent pine, but you will have to enjoy and like pine scents in order to get Deathly Hallows. It gives a forest vibe. To me, this doesn't necessarily lean Christmas tree. I feel like you could burn this in the fall, like maybe late fall, transition into winter, and you could probably burn this one post-holiday. The eucalyptus mist adds like a fresh undertone. So when I smell this, I get a freshness from it. And I know pine scents are usually fresh, but it doesn't, the eucalyptus note doesn't stand out as like a dominant eucalyptus scent note. And that wood note really helps it to be more of an atmospheric, outdoorsy pine, like forest fragrance. And to me, the pine is stronger than the moss. So if you're not a fan of moss notes, I feel like the moss is hidden behind the pine in this candle. But either way, you have to like outdoorsy, nature, atmospheric tree scents in order to get into Deathly Hallows. This one might be my second favorite because I like tree scents. But it definitely reminds me of something I had before. It may not be an exact repackage of something, but it's definitely similar to something I've smelled from Goose Creek before. That's it, you guys. That's all I have for this Harry Potter collab. I hope you enjoyed the cold sniffs. I will be burning these sooner rather than later to get post-burn reviews out for you guys. I'm not sure if anything sold out already. No, I did not get, what was it, Hufflepuff. I'm gourmand out at the moment, so I didn't want to add another gourmand. I need to burn through more of my gourmand candles before I add another one. But the rest of these, I had to have all of these. And I'm pleased with everything that, you know, every scent, every fragrance, even though some of them smell a little similar to other things I had before from Goose Creek. I think it was like maybe 4 fragrances out of the 9 that I have. So that's not too bad. At least 5 of them are unique and different. And even though they all have like paper, tobacco, leather, like page notes and stuff like that, they're all different. I didn't smell anything. Like I said, the only one, Ravenclaw, I think it was the one that smelled the most similar to one of the book fragrances we've been getting recently. So I hope this cold sniff review was helpful. If you happen to like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, bye.